Las Vegas Discount.net's the best there is. Save up to 50% on your next Vegas trip. And travel, rental, shows, and tours. Find the deals you're looking for. Las Vegas Discount.net. Las Vegas Discount.net. If you're going to Vegas for deals that are the best, visit Las Vegas Discount.net.
FightNetRadio.com with Andrew and Lee, talking boxing, combat, sports, comedy, football, and everything kick-ass. All on FightNetRadio.com. Fight Net Radio!
Hola, soy Julio Chavez.
And lights out, baby. Lights out all day.
This is Sugar Ray Leonard, and you listen to Fight Net Radio.
I mean, this is ridiculous. It's a radio show. It ain't a one-hour television spectacular.
Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it.
We gon' know. I got eyes and ears everywhere. I got friends all over the world, man.
Who gives a shit with White? He's a piece of crap.
Oh. Oh. Oh, shit. Shit, Andrew.
You're not doing it. You're not doing this. You're not doing that.
Hello, Fight Net Radio family. This is Lee Honish giving you a quick update of everything that's going on. So normally you would get a show in this slot, but at this exact moment, our beloved friend Andrew is on a rooftop somewhere sweating his glorified balls off as we speak. He got called in. He's on call. That's the nature of a day job. I am somewhat recovering from my sojourn to go see the Counting Crows from last night up in Paso Robles, just making my way back into the Southern California area right now. We were hoping to record a show at this moment. I've got Sam's piece. It's going to play right behind it, but I wanted to cover a few of the topics that are going to happen. On our site right now is the one-round fight with Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. It's a dive. Oh my God, it's Oscar De La Hoya adjacent. Seriously, body shot and the guy literally gives up after what seems to be almost no effort. It's an interesting thing to look at. Andrew and I will cover it in detail, hopefully within the next day or so. Next, there's a couple of news pieces floating around about Thurman saying that nobody wants to see Pacquiao-Mayweather Part 2. And he's telling everybody from TMZ to Boxing Scene that nobody's interested in seeing that match, which is a very clever way on his part of saying he would like it very much to be Pacquiao versus Thurman again. We will cover that later on in the week. Also, we will cover there was a fight on DAZN with Virgil Ortiz. We'll cover that. Andrew watched that. Olive watched that by then. I was supposed to be watching it right now, but we'll cover whatever Sam didn't cover. Next, we will also cover the Saudi Arabia match between Andy Ruiz Jr. and Anthony Joshua, and the fact that Andy Ruiz has no issue about fighting there as long as they pay him more money. So guess what? They're going to wind up paying him more money. Andrew and I have been talking about that via text over the last couple of days. Also, we will also talk about Billy Joe Saunders signing with Matchroom Boxing. That's kind of big news. We will also talk about Adrian Broner, who has now popped his head up about his retirement. And then he's unretired, he's retired, he's unretired. He's been inspired by his children. This is legit. You can actually go seek this out. But he retired, then he unretired, then he retired, and I think he's currently retired, I think. There's also a story that I want to cover this week about Regis Progress ripping Adrian Broner as well, which is pretty amusing. Let's see if there's anything else really on tap. As I've said, I told Andrew the basic script for today would have been 95% Julio Cesar Chavez Jr., probably 4% talking about yesterday's fight results, and then 1% talking about this Saudi thing. I'm just saying that, and this is all kind of a teaser, and I really wanted to make sure that you guys got your updates from last night. Sam did a fantastic job of keeping you guys up to date on all the fights that basically happened that mattered. I know that you guys enjoy the commentary and like having it. That's why I'm making this episode for you and giving you sort of a wet your beak sample of what we'll be covering. I don't know if we'll record tonight. I don't know if we will be recording on Wednesday. But somewhere between now and Wednesday, you will get a new show. Again, we'll cover what happened over the weekend in boxing. I still think that the biggest story out there is talking about Anthony Joshua and the Saudi Arabia horseshit that they've actually got going on. And this weekend, of course, is Fight Net Radio's. We're going to be at Bank One Coliseum Park, whatever. The top-ranked card here in Los Angeles. If you're a Fight Net Radio fan and you're in Southern California and you're going to the fight, direct message me, okay? I've said that the key word is sandwich, but really, to be perfectly honest, if you just direct message me, if you're going to be at Bank One this Saturday watching the fight, let me know. I will come and meet you. I will take you up. We'll go buy a drink. We'll hang out for a few minutes. The doors open at 3. First fight's at 3:30. Also, one other topic I wanted to make sure that got out there. We are doing fantasy football this year. It is Fight Net Radio's Fantasy Football League. All you have to do is type in FNR period ROCKS. FNR rocks. FNR, F, the letter N, the letter R, period ROCKS. Hit return. It will take you to our Yahoo fantasy page. I still think we have 5 or 6 slots open. There are only 10 teams in. Andrew's already in. I'm already in. Will's already in. One of the FNR regulars, Josel's already in. I don't know who else has signed up because, again, I was at a concert last night. That keeps you guys up to date. That keeps you guys to where we're going. So let's see what we got. We got Getting Drunk on Saturday, downtown Los Angeles with me. Hit me up on the direct message if you're going to be at the fight. I would love to come buy you a drink, talk boxing, talk about the card, etc., etc. Also, we're starting our fantasy league. The draft is going to be on August 26th. It's not a lot of people. I know a lot of people aren't into fantasy. I'm sure it's not going to be hard to find the last 5 or 6 people to fill it up. I'm giving away a trophy. I'm actually purchasing the Fight Net Radio first ever fantasy football league. I want to call it like the best boxing football picker person thing. I know it sounds like shit, but I'm working on it. All right, you guys are all caught up. So somewhere between now and Wednesday, Andrew and I will record a brand new show. You know what the topics are. You're all caught up to date. So I'm giving an introduction to Sam this week. So enjoy Sam, who actually did his homework, actually showed up and recorded his piece. Here's Sam Navajero and your updates from yesterday.
G'day Fight Net Radio fans, this is your wonder from down under, the Southern Hemisphere and European Sweet Science International correspondent Sam Navajero from the Exceptional People podcast. This week I was originally heading to San Juan de los Lagos in Mexico to cover the return of the son of the legend Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. bout, but was called back to the US of A to help Andrew Lapachet and Lee Honish begin demolition and renovation works on Andy Ruiz's new property in Southern California. While the paint was drying and as Andrew installed air conditioning units and Lee Honish was cleaning the champ's pool, I managed to watch a couple of fights to report on for the Fight Net Radio diehards in this you can't make a racehorse out of a jackass weekend of contests. First up, proudly brought to you by Top Rank Boxing on ESPN Plus card on Saturday at the Liacouras Center in Philadelphia. A crowd of almost 1,800 watched junior lightweight contender Jason Sosa show no mercy to his opponent, Haskell Liddell Rhodes, knocking him down multiple times leading up and 3 times in a dominating 7th round, scoring the knockout victory in the main event. Sosa's bout was elevated to co-main event status after former 2-division world champion Carl the Jackal Frampton suffered a broken left hand in a freak non-boxing accident, forcing his fight with Emmanuel Dominguez to be cancelled. Sosa is hoping to land a world title shot against fellow 130-pound top-ranked stablemates and title holders Miguel Burchell and Jamel Herring. And in another bout that mattered and main event and biggest upset of the weekend, featherweight and Denver-based Adan Gonzalez won a well-deserved split decision over much-heralded and 2-time Cuban Olympic gold medalist Robeisy Ramirez, who is making his much-anticipated professional debut. The Cuban Ramirez has not only won 2 Olympic golds in 2012 and 2016, but also won gold at the 2011 and 2013 Pan American Games, the 2014 Central American and Caribbean Games, the 2010 Youth Olympic Games, and the 2010 Youth World Boxing Championships. Robeisy Ramirez also won his weight class in the Cuban National Amateur Championships in 2011, 2012, 2014, 2015, and 2017. When ring announcer Jimmy Lennon read the scorecards and Gonzalez was declared the winner, Gonzalez did a backflip while Ramirez immediately left the ring in a stunning scene. Ramirez was viewed by many as a future star in the pro ranks. He left the Cuban national team during a training camp in Mexico last year and eventually defected before signing with Top Rank earlier this year. And finally, for this You Can't Make a Racehorse Out of a Jackass weekend, we go back to Sydney, Australia, where rising star Tim, son of Hall of Famer and former world champion Kostya Tszyu, fights Wednesday night against very highly rated and Australia's #1 ranked super welterweight Dwight, the Fighting Cowboy Ritchie. In the biggest test of Tim Tszyu's career, the two will compete for the WBO Global and IBF Pan-Pacific Super welterweight belts and a potential top 5 ranking. The winner of this bout will most likely fight the winner of Fight Net Radio's favourite former world champion Jeff the Hornet Horn and Michael the Pretty Boy Zarafa, who are both fighting on August the 31st. That's it from me. This is Sam Navagiro, Fight Net Radio Southern Hemisphere and European Sweet Science International Correspondent and #1 casual fan. For more on my goal, look for my Exceptional People podcast on iTunes or visit exceptionalpeople.com.au for past episodes. Bye for now.
Fight Net Radio! FightNetRadio.com with Andrew and Lee, talking boxing, combat, sports, comedy, football, and everything kick-ass. All on FightNetRadio.com. Fight Net!